Hello everybody and welcome back to some more modded Minecraft. In this video, I added more powerful defenses and traps onto the already well-defended Black Gate to prepare it for an oncoming war which I can tell is coming. I was also going to build some forts, but, well, if you watch all the way through, you'll see why that didn't happen. So as I know it, the two new players are going to be joining the Rangers, which means they're going to be up over here, and they're joining specifically the Ranger parts under Lavamig, who is still playing, but just not very much. Basically, they'll kind of be taken over for him since he kind of left the game after splitting off the Rangers from Gondor and Rohan. Now, I've gotten information that these areas all belong to Linden now. Before they had like this, but now this Ranger area is gone to them. Lavamig wanted to give all his land to Linden, but Rohan and Gondor, well, they said no, we need a chunk of that too, and so they annexed this much of the land. Now luckily for me, both of these Rangers joined in with Linden, who I'm not planning on fighting really soon. Rohan and Gondor, we'll see if we fight them soon. Warren coming in here, wrecking my auto farm, which is still broken by the way because it costs a ton of money to replace 4 invasions. Plus him being Kelnor and coming in here and trying to rob me in secret because he thought he'd be safe on his alt account. All this stuff, you know, it's building up tensions a bit. I might have to go to war with them soon. However, if I'm going to go to war with anybody, I'm going to need to fortify up Mordor in preparation. It's come to my attention that there are 2 ways into Mordor which aren't protected by fortresses. Now, fortresses are basically checkpoints where if you build a fort in a place, the enemy has to attack that fort if they're going to move through a road. So I built a fort here and here to stop them from coming on this road and this road. But I forgot, they can literally come up this road and completely bypass that fort. They can also sneak around the back and come in this road. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go down here to Eastern Guard, I'm going to build a fort here, and I'm also going to come down here to the top of North Pavilion, and I'm going to build a fort here. That way, no matter where they attack me, they'll have to pass through one of my forts, and I'll be able to give them a good fight at that fort before they manage to cross into Mordor proper. On top of building these forts, I'm definitely going to revamp the defenses of the Black Gate. Not because they're bad, but because they're too overpowered. Nobody's ever going to attack the Black Gate if it's got such unfair defenses at it. I'll show you what I mean. We've got these giant moats of quicksand that make it impossible for anyone to walk straight up the Black Gate. Now I've noticed that because I made the defenses so good here, whenever someone attacks me, they always just try and go up around through the mountains. I don't want them to do that. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to make the defenses here a little less good, and I'm going to block off all the areas of the mountains going really far off in that direction, and really far off in that direction, so that their only choice is to come through the Black Gate, where I can bottleneck them and take out a ton of their forces. But first, we're going to build those forts, so we should get on that. If we're going to build those forts, we're going to need a lot of Mordor brick, as well as a lot of wood. Now, I used Dol Guldur wood for my other forts, and I got a ton of wood from Dol Guldur. The leader of Dol Guldur gave me it. However, he gave me green oak wood and apple wood, not Dol Guldur wood. So, my first step is to go down to Dol Guldur and get myself some wood. Raijan's been invading Dol Guldur for a while, and basically the fort that is set up here is completely surrounded. I guess the only way to get in here is down, so let's take a look around and just see how many elves there are. Man, this place has some great interior decorating. Maybe I should bring Sassafras back to my base with me sometime, and he can upgrade my decorations. Alright. Now, most of these elves are based off of conquest, so after the long amount of time I spent not playing, that conquest should have gone down a bit. Ooh. Oh my god. I just hit Commander of Lukebergs. I reached 3,000 alignment with Mordor. This is the next level. Shoot. I wasn't expecting to get that today. That's very nice. That's going to give me even more of a discount on hiring troops. Oh. Remember how I said that most of this was from conquest, not invasions? That's an invasion right there. Let's go gather wood this way. I'll come back for those guys sometime. Don't think I'm gonna let these elves off forever. I've got more than a stack actually. That's plenty to head back. One problem. This checkpoint only takes 3 minutes to teleport to, but these 2 checkpoints, they're gonna take a lot longer. So, before I build the forts, maybe I'll make the changes on Blackgate first, while I wait for my teleport timer to count down. Alright, a ton of Mordor stuff here. Lots of gravel and dirt. Let's take all this gravel and dirt and use it to stack up a ton of stuff right on the edges of the mountains, so that no one can climb up into the mountains. I've already got a bit of stuff set up in these areas here, so I'm just going to kind of spread it out, make it look a little better, and stretch it way further. Now I'm going to go back through and place the waste blocks on top, as well as some banners, because it looks like I only put the banner protection out to there. Alright. That stretches far and wide. Now, time to add the decoration fires, and we'll be done with this side. There we go. Little double wall, which shouldn't be super noticeable from back here. Yeah, it looks alright. It doesn't ruin the look or anything. Because as you know, when preparing defenses, drip is the second most important aspect. Well, since I made it back here, and all of that is prepared now, how about I go through here and remove all this stuff, just for the next step. We may have a problem. I've run out of dirt, so I'm gonna go back, grab a shovel, like some stuff, and then I can keep going. We'll just quarry out some gravel and dirt from a random spot over here. Hey yo, trying to light this spot on fire. Move out of the way! If you don't get your out of the way right now, you know what? Come here, come here. Wait, was it? No, it was this guy, right? Yeah, you get on fire. That's what you deserve, annoying ass. Interesting. So right here is this little extension. I don't really want to build up this little extension to be tall like I did over here, because it's just naturally a short area. So maybe I can dig it straight back in a bit and then set up a little fort, like a little bunker or something right there. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Though, I will need to collect some stone first. Good thing there's plenty of stone right here. Ooh, I forgot that the stuff here is made out of scorched wood instead of rotten wood. I should do that. I should do the same thing for the bunker. I'm just gonna collect some stone. I'll just add one more little tunnel to the massive network of tunnels inside of my base. Well, let's see. 2 stacks. That should be enough. I'll use an orc gate and some steel bars as well. Alright. Now I just need to dig this back a bit. We can start right here. Alright, so I've pushed this whole thing back about 10 blocks. And now I'm gonna shore it up and set up the little fort right at the top of this spot, right here. Alright, let's time-lapse the construction of this little bunker fort. Add in some battlements right now, and then we'll be done. And of course, whenever I'm doing banners inside of a building, I like to use bronze because it matches the colors better. So we'll do that. Now I need to see how far that stretches because bronze is weaker than silver, so looks like it stretches just far enough to work. Wait. Nope, we're gonna need another one right here. It doesn't stretch out all the way to this front wall. As a little surprise, I've added some Morgul flowers around the door here. If anyone tries to come in the back, they're gonna hit these and get poisoned. Now we've got the fortifications stretching all the way from the gate to here, and we just need to extend them probably till we get to that mountain right there, and then a little bit further down the mountain, and that should be far enough to keep anyone from getting through. Alright, I'm getting pretty far, but I've noticed a bit of a problem. This area right here is like a little mountain pass. Goes straight up into there, and there's a camp here. And I thought, instead of removing this entire camp, what if I built like a little small stone brick wall stretching from here to there, so that we can keep the camp here, keep the orcs that are spawning around the camp here, and have a little wall that'll be manned by these orcs without me having to even hire anybody. That does mean it's back to the mines with me. Alright, I've got enough stone. Now I can finally go build that wall. If I can find my way out of this maze. Here we go. Before I get started though, I gotta set up 3-block high stuff all the way back to that camp, so let's do that. Alright, here we are. The start of the camp. We'll just send this wall all the way over to that mountain. Hopefully we've got enough brick for it. I need some durners to make more torches. I didn't think about this design until just now, and it looks cool, but it used up all my torches in one go. Ooh, you know, I could just steal some from here. Yeah, let's just take some torches from the backs of a couple of these tents, and I'll put up one of these every once in a while. And there we go. Also, I need to eat some steak because I'm starving. Not noticed that until now. Alright, let's see how this looks from a bit further away. Okay. Yeah, that's good. I like that, I like that. That's some drip. Now I think I'll add some bronze blocks on the outside of it. Maybe I can get it to be two of these, because this comes out to here. That, oh wow, Wait, there's a tunnel that leads under? Yo. They could use that to break into the base. How about we block this off? Let's block it off using bars. It'll be like the grate at what was that Rohan fort? No mind, don't blank on me now. I know it's a famous place. Come on, it's one of those famous fights. I should know this. Guys, comment down below the name of that battle where an orc bomber went in and blew up the gate, which was like a drainage tunnel or something underneath the fort. I'm sure you all know it, and you're pissed that I don't know it. Alright. Pretty sure this place has full banner protection. Yep, none of that's getting broken. So now, I think we're done fortifying the Black Gate. Wait. No, we're not. There's 2 more things that we need. I want to set up Morgul shrooms and quagmire cactuses, like I have at my forts. Morgul shrooms are mushrooms that cause enemies to turn blind temporarily when they walk over them. And quagmire cactuses are when you stack 2 blocks of quagmire up, or was it 3 blocks? When you stack a couple blocks of quagmire up, so that an enemy might walk into it and start suffocating instantly. And we're just gonna set those up around the whole perimeter. That does mean though, gonna need a lot of Morgul shrooms. I have plenty of quagmire, but not shrooms. So let's head to Minas Morgul and pick some up. So that's 2 stacks of Morgul flowers. Should be enough. Let's head back. So, let's start off by putting 3 Morgul shrooms in front of the gate, as well as another 3 right here, and here. Just so that whenever someone gets through each layer of defense, they take a little damage and get. Now, to funnel people towards the Black Gate, we're going to be putting not as many defenses right here. Mostly, I'm going to keep them up to the sides of the walls. So, let's start with the quagmire cactuses. Well, this is definitely not enough quagmire for the next side, so I'm gonna need to stop back at my base and grab some more before I continue. Ooh, first, let's set up the Morgul flowers. Oh, you can't place these on normal gravel. I guess that makes sense. They can only get put on Mordor blocks. Alright, I'm just stacking this whole spot with these. That should be enough Morgul shrooms. This doesn't, like, make it impossible to get in, but it will hurt the enemy when they try to. I should real quick put a few flowers here, in case people try and climb up around the edge to get on top of the Black Gate. It would be hard for people to get up there, but if they do, I want there to be a surprise waiting for them. Oh my god, this is going to use up all my quagmire. No! Well, I wasn't really using it for anything else anyway. Alright, well, let's get started. Quagmire cactuses. Yo, I meant to jump over that. Thank you very much. Ouch. Alright. I'm done. Sweet. Let's add some Morgul flowers on this gate, and then the Black Gate and all the areas surrounding it should be pretty defended and reinforced just as I want. Now, 20 quagmire. That means I can only set up 5 quagmire cactuses at each fort. How long will it take me to go to Swanfleet and pick up some more? Oh, no time. Alright, I'm gonna head down to Swanfleet and grab some more Quagmire before we go. Alright, 44. That allows us to set up 22 cactuses, 11 at each fort. That would be plenty. It's time then. Wait, no it's not. I need tons of brick. Oh! Alright, let's go mining for the 50th time and get the materials for the forts. After this, I looked through the old video to see exactly what I needed to build a fort, collected all of the pieces I needed, including some gates that I had to go all the way to the Black Uruk fortress to get since I had no iron, and a ton of armor stands that I had to get from the fortress as well. Once I had all the pieces I needed, I went down to set up the fort, but I was interrupted by something very annoying. Oh, what the? Dale! I hate these guys. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say maybe I'll just keep building, but I guess not. Yo, hey, why isn't my bow shooting? I have no arrows! Crap. I'm not dying to the Dalishmen, the weakest country, the weakest soldiers in Middle-earth. I will not die to you! You cannot beat me! Yo, they might kill me. I need my bow. I need my bow! No! No, I have all the stuff on me. I have all the... Dale. I'll never forgive them. I'll never forgive the Dalish for this. You know how long it took me to gather all that stuff? After this grave injustice, I slaughtered all of the Dalishmen, using a special method that I've made over the years. Alright. I forgot. I've been so rich and powerful for so long, I forgot the best secret weapon in the game. 3 dirt blocks. Ultimate weapon. Undefeatable. Nice, and... hey, the invasion's gone! That really doesn't help me at all, because I lost all the materials. Well, I'm gonna end this video here. In the next video, we'll actually come back and build the 2 forts. However, I don't have time for that tonight, so thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. This is the Dunkin' Donut, signing off.